jump to that.
Oh, yeah.
Man, we just want to be free. We want to be free to ride our machines. We just want to be left alone. We want to party. We don't stay inside because of rain. We don't stay at home because it's cold. We don't even like to park our bikes. We ride. This is our biker's lifestyle.
And we're back.
And we're
That's
back.
right.
Here we are with Chelsea, a hardcore Biden supporter. How you doing, Chelsea?
I'm the late now to call me a hardcore Biden supporter.
I don't think so, brother. I saw pictures of her with a "Let's Go Brandon" shirt on. So
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
Had to be done.
You know, I got gas today and I finally saw the sticker with Joe Biden that said, "I did that." And I was like, yes, I finally made it. I saw this sticker finally.
Surprised
I got
they
a
haven't.
handful of them.
Surprised they haven't assigned individual fact checkers for every gas station.
Yeah, no
right.
shit.
Just around the corner.
Well, besides being a country girl from Ohio, what's going on with Chelsea?
Yeah, I live in Cleveland, Ohio. I'm 26. I am in my final year of nursing school.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm going to my 7th year riding. When the pandemic hit, I started doing like this little business almost. I would like rhinestone face masks. Like, you know, people wear like the neck gaiters when they ride. There wasn't really any girly ones, so I started rhinestoning them, and I'll like rhinestone patches too, but that's kind of on the back burner while I'm in school. And I'm part of this community called Renegade Babes. They're out of Michigan, and they just support rad women doing rad shit. So
Right on.
yeah.
I saw there was like you were wearing a patch, Women in the Wind.
Yes. I am no longer part of that group.
Hmm.
I was a couple years ago. I did not want you to ask me this question because
Well, we could skip right over it.
Yeah, I promised to edit it out.
Yeah.
You don't edit anything. I know this.
We edit some stuff. But,
Yeah, it was just a one-piece writing group. I am hesitant. I would like to join another group. I was looking at solos and steel and maybe like leather and lace. But the only thing I will say is women groups, I don't feel like there's a lot of the same respect that men group like they have for each other. And I don't want to be a part of a group that doesn't follow the bylaws.
Have you thought about the motor maids?
I'm
teasing.
You know,
No. Say thanks. Shut up.
No, they're awesome. They're badass. I just don't know if I could pull off a white cut, to be honest.
It's one of the oldest motorcycle clubs in the country. People don't realize that. Motor maids are right up there. Yeah. I want to go back to the rhinestone thing real quick.
Go for it.
Have you heard of vajazzling?
I've heard of vajacials.
Okay, well, it's the same thing. That dirty, just like I can't believe he has that. I watch Bob and Tom. I've listened to Bob and Tom. Come on now. Go ahead.
I don't think I'm gonna add that to my portfolio.
I wouldn't suggest it. No. Anyway,
I also wouldn't count it out. Money's money.
Yeah, well,
Yeah. Listen, I'm a nurse aide. I've seen enough. I'm good.
What's the most
Yeah.
fucked up thing you've ever seen?
You want me to say that on video?
Well, I just
Absolutely.
before she says it right here, I just want to go on record. My mom was a medical secretary for a pathology department for many, many years. And from in the emergency room, people seem to fall on top of things butt first. Just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
The most fucked up thing,
Yes.
I've seen a prolapsed anus. And also, this one guy was like throwing up out of every orifice in his body. Like he had a trach throwing up out of that, a peg tube that goes straight into your stomach out of that. People have GI bleeds where they vomit and shit straight blood. So it's literally a lake. You asked.
No, I'm very, yeah, no. Hey, I like those
Send
stories.
us pictures. We'll put it up simultaneously. You know.
Yeah.
That's HIPAA. Can't do that.
We'll block
But,
their faces out. You know?
Put the little cool guy glasses on there. And shit.
Yeah.
So, still riding around on your dad's Ultra?
I am. So that bike is super nostalgic to me. So I've grown up around Harleys my whole life. My dad bought that bike brand new in 03, straight from the factory, back when Harley wasn't shitting out bikes left and right. So when I was like 12 years old, my dad got a salvage Sportster and rebuilt it. And I think it was like my 20th birthday. We were riding out to dinner and my Sportster took a shit. And he was like, well, you got to ride my bike home. I got to push your bike back. I was like, what? You're going to expect me to jump on this 900 pound bike? So I rode that home and I just haven't gotten off of it. I did buy a 2010 Dyna, but with nursing school, I did have to get rid of it. So I am lucky enough now that I get to ride that. Basically, it's my inheritance. So
What year Ultra?
it's an 03. It's an anniversary.
You kind of broke up there, Tank. I don't know if
I said
that was your
nice.
question. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
No, but so you still got the Sporty too?
Yeah. Actually, man, like both those bikes are fucked up right now. My gas tank on the Sportster is leaking, and then the last time I rode the Ultra, the head pipe cracked. So have to get those fixed.
Little JB weld, you'll be fine.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I am planning on going out to Sturgis. So there's a couple things that need to be done on the Ultra before I go. Like that clutch is brutal on my hand. So I have to get like an easy clutch. Just little things like that.
Now, I saw a video, or not a video, but a post where you were you riding on the beach at Daytona?
Yeah, I did take my Dyna to Daytona in 2020.
Nice.
Yeah. The person I was with dumped their bike in the sand, and that was really funny. Thankfully, I didn't.
I was about to say, how hard is it to ride in sand? I've never ridden on a beach at all.
I was very drunk that week. So.
But you could do it though.
I could, yeah.
So it can be done. Okay.
It's a pretty hard packed sand over there.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to Daytona this year, and it's one of those things you got to do. So, you know, just trying to get a feel for it.
Hell yeah. Definitely get like a picture that I did, like with like your lower back exposed, like, with the sunset. It'll look real good.
Literally every picture I take has my lower back exposed. But so you're also into shooting guns, huh?
Yeah.
All right. So what do you got for guns? Well, let me rephrase.
Not many.
What
so
guns can you tell me about?
I have a Smith & Wesson 908. Actually have it over here. If you care.
We care.
We do.
I know. I did just see your video about everyday carry. So this is it.
No, look at that.
Interaction, yeah. It's a little bit too big to carry. So I got a little Ruger 380 just to conceal because I'm small. Like some girls can like get away carrying in the bra. I can't do that.
Yeah, I don't know about that whole carrying in the bra thing. I mean, some dude's trying to attack you and you're digging around in your tits. I don't know how effective that's going to be.
Yeah.
I just wear it on a hip, but it's what it is. What about bigger, scarier guns?
Bigger, scarier guns. I don't have any. I mean, I've shot them at the range. Like my friend has, I think it was like an AK. But
okay, just curious.
Yeah, I've really gotten into self-defense lately. I've been watching a lot of videos. Like I want to get like a tactical pen that has like a glass breaker on it too, because like I swear to God, I'm running into the craziest fucking people lately. So, and I'm not taking any chances.
No, I think everybody should be able to protect themselves,
Well, you're in Cleveland right now, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Cleveland, so is it pretty bad in Cleveland?
I live in the suburbs, so it's not bad, but I do work downtown, and like especially when like the Black Lives Matter shit was going on, it was ridiculous. I had to show like my work badge to get off the highway. Like I'm not here
Holy
to fucking
shit.
ruin the city. I'm here to go to fucking work.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do you really feel about it?
I mean, I think that did a pretty good description of it.
So anyways, what about the Tail of the Dragon? How was that?
That was really cool trip. Have you guys done the Tail?
I know I rode everywhere around it, but I've never done. I know I suck at life.
No, you don't. So it was a cool experience, but honestly, it was really technical. Like the whole time I'm like, fuck, don't go off this fucking cliff. And there were a lot of like asshole crotch rockets like tailgating me. So it was nerve-wracking. It was a cool experience, but like the Cherahalla Skyway after that was way better.
Oh, yeah?
Way fucking better. Yeah.
Yeah, me and a club brother, we were in the Smoky Mountains a couple years back, zooming around all in there, and it's kind of like that, right next to the road is the top of like a forest that if you go off, you're fucked.
Oh yeah.
So I hear you with the whole don't go off the edge of the cliff thing.
Yeah.
So
and like people are trying to act cool.
What's that?
What'd you say, Tank?
I said that's probably a good rule not to go off the cliff.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Usually you want to avoid it.
Usually, as a rule. But
So
anyway,
you met. Oh, go ahead.
no, I was going to ask her. She was in the middle of saying something before I rudely interrupted her.
I forgot now.
Cool.
Flowing like always. So you messaged me back in the day because we put out a video about being sober and being in the scene.
Mm-hmm.
So how long have you been sober now? Like a year or so?
Yeah, so my sobriety date is November 6th, 2020. So I'm at like 14 months. And Tank, you're also sober too, correct?
Yes, I am.
I did listen to that. I do work a 12-step program. Yeah, it's been really awesome. It has definitely been challenging going to like biker events. Like that's probably the time that I feel most triggered, but I wouldn't change this decision for anything. And just to fit in, I do drink NA beer.
Me too.
Yeah.
I don't do it to fit in. I actually like the flavor. I do. I mean, I smoke cigars and I like a beer and a cigar, and I get the best of both worlds. I can have,
I get that.
But I get it. I mean, you listened to the whole podcast we did when I talked about me not needing a 12-step program, and hopefully you did take from that I wasn't decrying anybody who was in one, but
No,
it's just with me mentally, that's just not who I am. I'm, if it's going to be up to me ultimately, I don't need anybody else's help if it's going to come down to me anyway. So
yeah, I totally get that.
That's just the rebel in me. But I mean, that's good. 14 months. My date was April 3rd, 2019, and I can tell you, after a little over a year, you get over that hump, and I don't even think about it anymore.
Yeah.
So that's very, very commendable. it's a hard decision.
Especially being so young. But like, I think the best part is just being safe. Like, you know, I can carry my gun now and not be like, oh, fuck, am I going to go to a bar? Like anything like that. Or my first burnout I did, I was wasted and that dyna should have been fucking wrecked. And I don't have to worry about that anymore.
Yeah, the thing with me is I had actually gone beyond all that. And I was at that point where there wasn't enough alcohol to get me wasted.
Oh yeah.
I literally, you know, a 1.75 of bourbon every other day. And then I drink, you know, a couple of, you know, 12 packs of Pauls every day. And, you know, and that was nothing, you know, and I'm still craving for more. You know, as the old saying says, one's too many, but 1,000's not enough. And I've said it before too, you know, it's the whole thing about rock bottom sometimes, man. You really don't know when you're there. You know, you got to kind of hang out a little, look around before it finally fucking dawns on you where you're at. So I wish I had it figured out at your age, you know. I had to wait until I was in my mid-50s to figure it out. So good for you. Good on you.
I think that's really commendable because, you know, my drinking career was only 10 years, but you or somebody who's older than me has had so much more time and more of their life established to change. And I think that's way harder than what I'm doing.
Thank you. I mean, you probably see a lot. I mean, being in the, you know, in a hospital nurse, you probably see the repercussions of alcoholism, like, you know, boom, full front up in your face.
Yeah. I have seen a lot of patients with cirrhosis, and that's probably the most disgusting ways that you could die.
It's painful.
Yeah.
It's painful. I know, because I was starting to succumb to it. In fact, we just had our club brother die on Saturday, and I was going through old pictures of the club, and I was looking at some of them, and I'm like, wow, I was kind of absent through this little portion here, but then in the pictures I did see of myself, and you could just see my eyes all yellow. You know, my sclera was atteric in my eyes, and you know, I got it in time. So, you know, but I mean, it was painful. It was painful quitting.
Oh yeah.
That's about 72 hours. I'll never go through that again, because I'm never going to pick up a drink again. But boy, did we go dark, man. What the hell happened here? Jeez.
No, we got all deep and everything. And you guys
all
are talking
deep and sentimental.
Yeah, you guys are talking about being sober. I was like, yeah, well,
I'm going to make another drink here in a second. That's what Dirty was thinking. But
hey,
you know, hey man, good on you.
Here's what's more fucked up than anything else. I was sober for most of my 20s. I went off the rails in high school and whatnot, and I was sober for 7 years. Didn't do anything.
Really? Just out of like just pure will, like, hey, I need to slow it down.
Yeah, I had a bleeding ulcer.
Okay.
We'll do it.
I was basically destroying my stomach lining because I'm a big whiskey fan. And yeah, I just quit, and then I started dating a bartender, and well, here we are. So is what it is. But yeah, I'll probably get on the wagon here relatively soon. Start making more trips to Illinois, you know, where certain pharmaceuticals are fucking legal to buy. But
there you go.
I ran a bar for a while, and I found working at a bar was actually quite sobering, because, you know, when you're working behind it, you know, I'm not drinking, and just all the sad sacks I had around that goddamn thing, you know, made me not want to drink, you know, just listening and watching some of those guys. But I remember leaving it one night. It was on Cape Cod. I was running this place called the Roadkill Cafe. It was a biker bar. And end of the night, I had a few kegs to change out. So I'm down in the cooler there, and one of them just blew up on me, man. I was probably covered with a half a gallon of beer. Of course, that's the night I get pulled over by the cops. You know, I'm sober, stinking like a brewery, you know. And I sailed right through all the sidewalk antics they made me go through. You know, they didn't believe that I was sober. But yeah, you know, I agree with you now. It's kind of nice when a cop gets behind me, I don't worry about it. You know, I don't think about, you know, I'm going to get pulled over because I'm drunk. Yeah, and I can concealed carry without having to worry about it. And you know, I'm the clean and sober one. Well, the sober one in the club. So, they'll put me in back, if everybody's pretty drunk, and so you just get pulled over. It's going to be me, and they can just keep on going on.
You're the buffer.
The buffer. Well, I'm that guy, that everybody's drinking at the bar, and then just have me go out in the parking lot, and I'll just, if there's a cop there, and I'll just act all sorts of hammered and fumble around, and he'll be watching me, and everybody can get on their bike and then leave, and then I can start my bike up and go, and then he's going to pull me over and then find out I'm dead sober. So.
Designated drinker.
Designated drinker.
Designated.
It's me.
Yeah.
Can't help it. Is what it is.
You got a bar behind you, brother.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
look at all that.
I know, right? That's a fraction. But
wait, is there JMO back there?
Is there what?
Jameson?
Oh gosh, yes. It's in the freezer.
Oh, okay. Where's the pickle juice?
We have it all.
Where's the pickle juice?
In the cooler.
No?
No.
Like,
we have pickles in the cooler, don't we? Probably in the fridge, in the club fridge.
Oh, I hate fucking pickles, man.
Me too.
I know. I can't stand pickles, man.
That's all right.
No, is what it is. Nobody's perfect. But so what brought on the whole sobriety thing? Just wanted to clean up the lifestyle, or?
I'm 26. I've never been married, never been engaged, no kids. And, I was in a lot of unsuccessful relationships, and drinking obviously is a depressant. So it would bring me down a lot. And just one day it dawned on me. I was like, what if this is the reason that I, can't have a successful life and build a happy relationship? So I reached out to somebody, and we went to a meeting, and, over this past year or so, I've just really dug deep in myself and what I want for my future and things I've done wrong. So I was just at bottom. I was so depressed. Truthfully, I didn't have a will to live anymore. And that was it for me.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's sort of that's how you need to either stop or slow down. When you're drinking to make your life better, air quotes, and not trying to enhance the situation, that's when it's probably that time to quit, because it's like you said, it's a depressant. It takes away the anxiety and all that other jazz, but at the end of the day, it'll slowly and most definitely kill you. So
it's
always, I mean, there's a lot of, that's what's kind of weird. There's a lot of people nowadays just getting sober. I mean, a lot of club guys, a lot of one percenters, they don't even drink anymore. They'll show up here and they'll have a pop, because they're dry, and it just comes from years of just going hard at it. I mean, we got a club brother right now who's got cirrhosis and needs a heart, so, I mean.
And your club's been through it. Your club has been through it.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's just life, I mean, Pops, he was just old, I mean, I hate to say it, like just to, act like his death wasn't that big of a deal. But I mean, at the same time, we all saw it coming. He got diagnosed with a brain cancer back in 2020 or with a brain tumor. And then it was cancerous. They removed it, 8 months later, another one popped up. They removed that one. And then the final one took him out. So, I mean, we all saw it coming. And then our club brother Chop, he got killed in a motorcycle accident. So, I mean, that shit just happens, I mean, that's life,
Turns out that, well, you saw the toxicology report came back a couple weeks back on that guy.
No, I didn't see shit.
They finally got it. He was It was 0.24.
Oh, that'll do it.
I'm gonna do that. Hit him
3 times the legal limit. Yeah. Yep.
Well,
that was tough, because Chop was in the emergency room, and in the room right next to him was that guy. And it was kind of hard not to want to go in there.
Oh, hell yeah. Especially a bunch of fucking scary bikers in there.
We weren't thinking about that. We were just wishing our brother Chop hadn't going through it, man. That was kind of surreal, the whole thing. I mean, motorcycle club out in the parking lot. We're fixing a motorcycle over on one side.
Yeah, I was putting a shifter linkage back on a guy's bike for him because it fell off.
Yeah.
and they were med flighting them from Janesville, Wisconsin to Madison, Wisconsin, because that's where the fancy hospital is,
Mhm.
And the landing pad is in a parking lot, like a back parking lot. So we all rode over there to see him off, and
Yeah.
the
Rent a cop.
the hospital security got nervous.
You
Called
can't
the real
be here.
cops. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
called the real cops because we said we weren't going anywhere.
You guys are fucking menaces.
Oh, I know.
Society.
Next thing you know, we got
Squad
like,
cars
Yeah.
descend on us, and they're like, "You guys are fine. Just don't interfere." I'm like, why would we interfere? Like,
yeah. They
yeah,
thought we
what
were
are we
gonna
gonna-
rush. I know, right? They thought we were
Yeah.
gonna rush the gurney. I mean, we just wanted to watch them. As the club does, watch them take off.
Yeah.
So what does this one here do?
yeah, it's just
This one here, his response to the whole thing was to go in a saddlebag and pull out a bottle of Jameson and start passing amongst the club brothers.
first of all, it was not a bottle of Jameson. It was
Okay,
a
well-
bottle of Brothers whiskey.
Okay, brothers whiskey. It was whiskey nonetheless.
It was whiskey nonetheless,
Yeah.
and everybody was very appreciative that I brought it.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
And I didn't even bring it for that reason. It was just in there because somebody had given it to me like that day, So,
Yeah.
hey man, sometimes it helps,
So we have been through it. You're right. But that's life, man. The older you get, the more people start kicking off around you.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just is what it is. Go ahead.
I last summer, maybe it was the summer before, my friend Jess and her boyfriend and we all rode out to Indiana and back in a day. It was like 700 miles. And we were all supposed to go to a concert in September, and the day that we were supposed to go, TJ ended up passing away on his bike. And also that summer I did see one of my friends just wreck her bike in my mirror, and it spooked me. And now I wear a helmet. I have my Simpson back there, but I never really got why people quit riding, because I loved it so much. And then going through those experiences, I was like, man, I get it. Like I definitely didn't put on the miles this past summer, but so now I ride with a helmet.
Hey, helmets aren't a bad idea. I usually wear one sometimes for long rides when it's, raining or cold, or just because I ride like a moron and blah, blah, blah. So,
He does.
I mean, yeah, I do. But,
Wait a minute. I ride with you.
but I was about to say, yeah, pot and kettle here. But yeah, I used to be the whole cool guy, never wear a helmet and all that shit.
Oh,
But nowadays it's like, yeah, I should probably wear a helmet. I don't know how many more lives I got left, or how many more lucky accidents I can get in,
oh yeah.
We know a lot of club guys in Wisconsin where you don't have to wear a helmet that wear helmets. So, I mean, I'm a part of ABATE of Wisconsin. You familiar with the motorcycle rights organization called ABATE?
Mm-mm.
Well, a motorcycle rights organization. I'm not going to get into the whole thing, but everybody calls us the helmet people. And ABATE said for years that if they told us we couldn't wear helmets, we'd argue to wear them. We're not arguing to wear the helmets. We're arguing your right to tell me what to do. And so, my helmet, my choice. I mean, your helmet, your choice. You don't want to wear a helmet, that's cool. If you want to wear a helmet, that's cool too. You can find statistics that'll talk about people that have worn helmets and it's been worse in their accident. Statistics are what they are.
Yeah.
For me, I mean, especially with the helmet, when it gets windy out, and freaking hurts my neck. But
Yeah.
and I don't like a full face. I can't do it. I have to wear a half helmet because I need my peripheral vision. It just messes with me, and I get a little claustrophobic, to be honest with you. I don't like being like that. So
That was a big argument for me in the beginning. I was like, well, if I wear a helmet and get hit, I don't want to be decapitated or paralyzed. I'd rather be lights out. But I don't know. Things change the older you get.
yeah, they do. I mean, a lot of people, they also don't want to lose their teeth, because usually when you're hitting face first, what's hitting first, your whole your
I have
nose.
nightmares about losing my teeth.
So
that was
Go ahead, man. No,
Well, I was gonna say, so what's the next bike? What do you want next for a motorcycle? Because I saw some of your posts where you're talking about building one. What are you looking to do?
Yeah, I definitely think I want to do another Dyna. I have a shirt that says make Dynas great again. I am still like pissed that Harley discontinued them because I think that they're the most versatile bike that Harley made. So I definitely want to do another Dyna. I've thought about, I know you're a big fan of the slims for women. Softails are cool. I don't know. There's just something about a Dyna and making it more performance. I love baggers too, but I have the Ultra, so I don't need another bagger, but definitely another Dyna build.
What kind of build are you talking about? Like T-bars or?
Yeah, T-bars. I had apes the first time I did bars on my Dyna, and I thought they were cool. And then once somebody convinced me to put T-bars on them, I'm like, this handles way fucking better. I'm not a huge fan of fairings, but after riding a little bit with one, I was like, all right, maybe this is growing on me. Definitely like quick release bags. I was thinking about doing like a switchback and making it like a mini Road King because I really like the stripped down look, but it sucks like, oh, I don't have bags, but I need to bring my leather. I need like, what if it rains or some shit like that? So,
yeah, I totally understand the whole fairing thing. I got a Road King and it was broken down for a little bit, kind of broke it. And so I bought a beater bike, basically something to get me by while I was trying to put the Road King back together. And it was a 99 Ultra Classic. And that's the first bike I ever had with a fairing and a radio and all that shit. And it's nice. And I totally see the appeal of it. But at the exact same time, as soon as I got the Road King back together, that Ultra Classic went down the road. I'm like, I like seeing nothing in front of me besides handlebars. That's just where I'm at. I hardly ever, I play the radio mostly in town just because I was bored half the time sitting at stoplights. But I mean, me and Tank, we'll ride to and from Kentucky, when he's coming back from Florida, and I don't even have or earbuds or anything in. I don't know. Think about all the crazy shit I've done or something like that. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Or don't think about anything at all, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, I test rode.
I'm very spiritual.
There you go.
I got all my crystals here.
Don't you have to like put them outside so like the moonlight gets like sucked into them or some shit like that? No,
if you want to do it correctly, but I just do it for the Instagram.
Don't help him, Chelsea, please. Okay, please. God, up and down. So you talk about fairings though. Have you ever ridden a bike with a fixed fairing on it?
I did test ride a road glide at Ohio Bike Week a couple years ago. Road glides are cool. I get the hype, but like, they're just not for me. I don't know. I get that they take the weight off, but it just doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, from what I understand, they're best in high winds. You just don't really get affected as much as you do with a fairing that's part of the front. But the fixed fairing is always weird for me, man. You're kind of moving the handlebars a little, and that sucker's kind of staying there on the frame. I don't know, it kind of messes with me a little. So I like a windscreen. I don't want a fairing. I'm old. I don't need bugs in my teeth anymore. I've got nothing to prove. So I kind of like having that windscreen in front of me. For years I rode without one too. And then I finally broke down and got one, and I was like, what the fuck was I thinking before? Geez, this is pretty cool. So
yeah.
So now you had mentioned Sturgis. You trailering?
Yeah.
I was being an asshole. Sorry.
Are you gonna edit that out? Or are we gonna go back?
No, we don't edit shit.
Yeah, I am heading to Sturgis this year. Out of that motorcycle group I was in, I was able to make like really great friends, two of them specifically. one, I'm going with her and her husband. She unfortunately has MS, so she can't ride that long of distance. So we are trailering. But it's literally been a dream of mine since I was a kid. My dog's name is Sturgis. So if I get a second one, I'd name that dog Daytona. But yeah, I'm really excited.
Well, so you're going to do Sturgis. You've been to Daytona. Then you got to round it out and go to Laconia.
Yeah. I was also thinking like Myrtle Beach too, because I think Myrtle Beach is the week after I graduate this year. But everyone's like, it's so trashy. I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
And our bikers kind of trashy,
Yeah.
I've heard Myrtle Beach is the funner of the.
That's what I've heard. I've heard too.
Really?
Yeah.
Just like party wise or riding wise?
Mm-hmm. Not as many weekend warriors, as they would say.
Yeah.
Not as many rubs, but never been. I've never even been to fucking Florida, so I'm excited for Daytona this year just to check it out. I've been west. I've never really been that east, so it'll be cool.
You'll be east and south when you come visit me down here, brother.
It'll be east and south, eastbound and down.
Eastbound and down. That's right.
Well, actually, we might actually do Sturgis one of these this year for a weekend. Well, I might. I was thinking about checking out the sights and sounds. There's some people there that we need to talk to and, get them on a podcast. But
you really think in the summertime, I don't have a job. I mean, so I just go back up north, do biker things.
I do have a job. That's why I can only do it on the weekends. So
do you really think that would stop me from going with you? Do you really?
Well, I don't know, man. You got to keep up, but
Again, this guy.
Dude, I just got invited to Big Sky, Montana. Apparently they got some big thing going on.
I'm like, what the fuck's in Montana?
Nothing.
Apparently Big Sky, Montana's got this crazy ass shit where it's like bands and bikes and they call it like the Big Sky event or something like that. But
makes sense.
I'd never even heard of it, but apparently it's a big deal. Some dude from another club was like, dude, you come check it out. I'm like, I have a job, dude, and that's a hell of a trek, man.
I was wanting to check out Bonnaroo in Tennessee too.
Well, yeah, I'll probably make that one in Georgia in April because that's not that far away. That's only like a 13-hour ride, so I could buzz down there and buzz back in a long weekend. It's not the end of the world.
Nope.
Well, that was fun. So let's see. We talked about being an alcoholic, and we talked about how I'm still an alcoholic.
We didn't talk about how she used to pole dance. She used to.
I was gonna gloss right over that one, but
not me. Come on now.
I was gonna say something about.
All you have to do is scroll down on your Instagram page.
Yeah. I've always definitely done things outside of the box. So when I was 18, I took a pole fitness class and I just fell in love with it. I quit doing it right when the pandemic hit, but I did it for I think like 4 years maybe. I taught classes. I competed at the Arnold, if you know of the Arnold Classic in Columbus, Ohio.
Fitness thing.
Yeah, it's a fitness thing.
No, I mean, all stripper jokes aside, I mean, it's a unbelievable thing, the athleticism for somebody to be able to do something like that. So, more power to you, man. Sure. More power to you.
I love strip clubs, though. Don't get me wrong. I'll go up. I'll be like, "Oh, I love that butterfly you just did," and she's like, "Oh, you know that trick?" I'm like, "Mm-hmm."
Well, you're doing Sturgis now, and you're gonna have to head probably up through Wisconsin, to get out there if you're gonna take 90. Gee, we're just 10 minutes off of 90. Yeah. Quit you.
No, I was just nothing. I was thinking.
You don't have to. Yeah.
No, I was just thinking where Cleveland was and stuff. Never mind.
Cleveland's
Wait, what
right
is this
on 90.
getting to? You guys want to hang out? You guys got a poll? Like,
Actually, yes, we do.
Right over there.
Yeah. No, we just like to meet. We like to meet the people we talk to on the Zoom machine.
Oh, hell yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it's when we started this whole podcast. I said the last thing I ever want to do is be on fucking Zoom and doing like remote type shit. Because it's weird. I'm sitting in an empty clubhouse talking to a computer screen. But at the same time, when the pandemic hit, it seemed like everybody was doing it. So fuck it. Might as well just keep on going with this, thing that we got going on. that, and this asshole to my left is in Florida.
He's that way for me.
Is he that way? Well,
Yeah.
either way, that guy is in Florida right now, where it's, what is it, like 70 degrees or something like that?
It
down
will
there
be
right now?
tomorrow. Actually,
It'll be
brother,
tomorrow?
Are you
Is it?
shitting me? It's like 10 degrees here.
It's 5 where I'm at.
Oh no, you got us beat.
well, this weekend it's going to dip down into the upper 30s overnight.
Ooh, shit! You might have to put a sweatshirt on.
Yeah, I actually did today. It was only 62,
Wow.
62 and gloomy.
Oh, that's sad.
It's
Not
terrible.
the sunshine shape today. Oh, okay, but it was negative 13 when I went to work today, with a wind chill of negative 27. If it makes you feel any better.
No, I rode today. I rode yesterday. I'm right Friday. I'm riding, going down to Northport to a bike night. You know, so sorry. You know, I mean, I worked hard to be able to do this, and
I know.
actually, the house that I'm sitting in right here, we bought because I was basically given a death sentence from the doctor. You know, because my liver was failing, and you know, maybe we can catch it in time if you quit, maybe not. And so my wife and I had wanted to come to Florida when we retired for a long time. I just said, well, screw it. I said, if I'm going to be dying, we might as well pull the trigger now and do it while I'm still alive. And then I lived. So now I got 2 houses. Here I am. So, you know, we still do the Florida thing. She stays down here year round. She's got a good job. She works. And then, you know, I'm disabled. I got a broken back, but it still doesn't stop me from riding. And, you know, I'm afforded the courtesy now in life where I can do my own thing, you know, focus on the club, focus on the podcast. I do build custom fishing rods. This one right back off my shoulder here. And, you know, I got 2 houses. It's kind of a cool thing. So, yeah, I can go to the winter in Florida and be in 70 and 80 degrees and all you motherfuckers can hate me. And you know what? Doesn't bother me nonetheless. I don't care.
Oh, we're just jealous, man.
I know
Yeah.
you are, brother.
We're just jealous.
I know.
We're just hating, dude. Don't worry about it.
When have you known haters really to affect me in the past, brother?
Yeah, that's true. We fucking even call our own podcast a shit show.
That's what we are, gosh darn it all.
That's right. That's right. Our future stickers, well, whenever we decide to start making them, we're going to say,
Yeah.
I hate the Biker's Lifestyle podcast.
That's
so.
right.
Dude, send me some stickers. I need something to put on my helmet.
Well, as soon as we get some, you know, we're just, we're lazy. I mean, that's just all there is to it. And
We didn't really do this. I don't know, man. How many times we tried to quit this, brother?
every single week for a while there.
Yeah, we did. I mean, and it's people like you and, you know, the people that make the comments and stuff that send us messages that keep us, you know, doing this over and over and over again. And now we've got to kind of build this small little weird animal that we've got to tend, you know.
Well, it's, you know, this was never meant to glorify us or anything. It was
Not at all.
supposed to, you know, spotlight other people, you know. And I mean, it's, and I'm not trying to shit on other channels or other podcasts, but it all starts sounding the same, you know.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For
And that's
sure.
why, like, okay, well, I want to talk to this young woman who's out here pounding pavement because I've already heard what the old guy with the gray beard thinks about everything, because that's the majority of Harley people out there. Let's be real, you know. I mean, I'd like to talk to some of the stunt guys, but, you know, good luck trying to get a hold of them to do anything that's, you know, productive when it comes to podcasts or whatever. But, you know, they like, yeah. Anyways, and, you know, we want to talk to like adventure bike guys, you know, those guys that like jump on these, you know, BMW adventure bikes and go into the misty mountains somewhere and do all this trail riding and shit. That'd be cool to talk about, you know. Honestly, when I think about getting another bike, I think about getting one of them because I'm like, that looks cool as hell, dude.
Well, you know, Tail of the Dragon has an off-road portion of it too.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I've got a friend of mine who I was in a riding club years ago, who's got a Tiger, and that's what he does every year. Is he rides that Tiger out there, and then he does the off-road, on-road portions of the Dragon. So he does, you know, some of the road portions, then he does the off-road portions.
Mm-hmm.
And we're still waiting to get a gold winger on you. We want to get a wingdinger on. I don't. You probably know our running joke about gold wings on here.
Oh, I can't wait to hear it.
Well, it's just we shit on Goldwings. I mean, because those guys are just a bunch of nerds, and
They're weird.
they're Goldwing guys are just weird people.
They really are. But
They are.
they got to be so comfortable though.
Oh, I know. I know. It's like they got the cup holders. I swear to God, those fucking bikes have air conditioning. I mean, what?
Oh, probably.
But here's the deal though, is that if we were to get one on this show, we would not treat them badly.
Oh no.
That's just not at first. We would probably start making fun of them, but we'd do them justice. We'd show them some respect, you know?
Yeah.
I just want to see what makes them tick.
Yeah.
I'm dying to know, man.
That's a good question. I mean, like for me, it's the sound of a Harley that makes me tick. Like what is it about a Honda Goldwing?
I don't get it at all.
Is
They
it the
sound like-
reverse?
I don't know. It's like, I work with a guy that has a Goldwing, and all he talks about is the performance of it, but yet he goes like 500 the speed limit because he's a million years old. It's like, well, then what do you care? I mean, it could do 150 miles an hour, but you won't break fucking 50. Who gives a fuck?
Well, I was going to say, I mean, it's got a pretty powerful motor on it. I mean, hell. You strip one of those down, it's a pretty beefy bike.
No, they're fucking Japanese, man. They got all the bells and whistles and do all sorts of amazing things, but at the end of the day, they're fucking nerds. So whatever, I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I ride a Victory back and forth to Florida. You know, it's a little different from a Harley.
Huh?
I ride the Victory back and forth to Florida. It's a little different from the Harley. But I love my I love my Heritage Softail. It's a snot breather. It growls, it barks, it makes all sorts of noise. It's got, you know, being a head breather, it's got all sorts of crap that comes out of it and gets all over my leg and shit. And I love the hell out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, there is something about a Harley, you know.
Oh yeah.
Well, Harleys are just unique. Like you can't describe it to somebody like what's it like riding a Harley versus say a Honda Rebel. Well, you'd have to ride
it's a different bike.
You know, I tell people all the time, like I try to ride I took a oh Jesus Christ, I'm drawing a blank, an Indian, and I took it out. It was a Chieftain or whatever, not the Cooler Scout or whatever, but like it's like the first time they came out, like
the Chieftain back in 2001.
No, not the SNS fucking weird thing that they were doing, but
okay.
the first Indian that Polaris came out with.
The first Polaris iteration of it. Yeah, I felt crowded on it. I did.
Yeah, I mean, everything felt like super cheap. You know what I mean? Like all the switches, all the brakes, and just the bike itself. There was no feedback. There was just, everything felt like plastic. It was just weird. It felt Japanese. As where like a Harley, it's still, you know, tactile, you know, you can still, things click and they kind of bang around a little bit and the motor makes a bunch of racket down below and you know you're riding something, you know, that's cool to me. I like mechanical stuff to sound mechanically, you know.
For sure. That's why I really like the old school aspect of Harley. Like, truthfully, I can't see myself buying anything newer than a 2017. I think the M8s sound like shit. I've heard terrible things about them. It's like starting a fucking vacuum cleaner or something.
They do sound really weird.
Yeah, I did test ride one though, but he dumped like $6,000 in the motor just to make it sound halfway decent. I'm like,
Yeah, I mean, I see the numbers that the guys with the 131s are putting up for horsepower, and it's impressive, you know.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, you're talking about doing a cam swap and an intake swap and a little bit of head work, and you're making 150 horse tire. I mean, yeah, that's awesome. But at the same time, I rode a 107, and it was like riding a Japanese bike. It was just super tame. It was super quiet. And it's just,
Chops
I
bike?
don't know. No, Vito's.
Oh, okay. I was going to say Chops, I think it was a 114 anyway.
Yeah, but it had a big bore kit on it. I think it was like a 117 maybe.
He went stage 4 on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a hard time on it because he had such tiny little feet, and I've got size 16 double wides. And
Yeah.
he had that bike set up for him, and I had to consciously think about just get my foot underneath just to shift the goddamn thing.
Well, you know, he's, you know, whatever. But yeah, no, I hear you, man. I love the twin cams. I kind of like the Evos, but my next build is going to be a shovel head. I want to build a chopper shovel head, just because nothing sounds quite like a shovel head. And I remember, well, because see, we're old people here. Me and Tank, wherever he is on your screen. Dude, you couldn't give those things away back in like the late 90s, early 2000s.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, you'd see guys with, big twin shovel heads trying to sell them for like $3,000 and nobody would even buy it. And it was a riding motorcycle. They're like, I don't want that fucking thing. It's a hunk of shit. Now you can't even touch a motor for fucking less than $3,500.
That's true.
Yeah.
So, whatever. But
Yeah, my dad's got a super glide shovel head.
nice.
Yeah,
What year?
I couldn't tell you.
Oh, well, that's okay. But yeah, I mean, that's, we all got our dreams. We all got our builds that we have planned out. So
Hell, I love an old knucklehead, but I look like a bear on a mini bike on it. So,
dude, yeah.
Now I'm picturing you on like a Grom or something.
Oh, shit.
really? Down here, really?
Well, we had a club brother. His kid had a Grom. I mean, we should have seen if we could have got you on there, Tank. Dude, they look fun as hell.
They do.
I had
fun.
a knockoff one. I mean, I want to learn how to wheelie. It was cool, just like a little thing to putt around on.
Well, I mean, they're for what they are, they're fun.
Yeah, but
I
they
mean,
want like stupid money for them, like
I
$3,000
know.
for that little shit.
I know.
They do look funny. I see him in traffic. I'm like, what the hell is that, man? What a cute little motorcycle. Look at that. Yeah, well, I mean, there's pictures of me on a Buell Blast, so that will never see the light of day. But yeah.
Well, I suppose we should probably wrap this up.
We probably should, yeah.
Oh,
So-
shit.
What, you got any final thoughts? You want to talk about the vaccine or anything, or?
What's
No.
wrong with you? Wow, we made it the whole time talking
know,
to
right?
a soon-to-be nurse, and then you bring that up at the end.
Well, I just
See what I deal with, Chelsea? You see this?
Yeah, I'll pray
Okay.
for you.
Good luck.
Yeah, no shit.
Many do.
I got my crystals. But yeah, any final thoughts? Anything you want to tell the people of the internet that, might see this someday?
Oh, I don't think I have anything crazy I want to say. I guess if there's any woman out there like interested in riding, I would say get the bike that you want to ride. Don't settle for the little bike. Fuck those. You can ride it, I promise. And stay safe. Be fucking safe. If a rider tells you something, it's for your safety. So, and you guys keep doing you. Don't fucking censor yourself.
Oh no, we don't know how.
Yeah, well, we have to when you start talking about law enforcement motorcycle clubs, but that's another thing entirely, isn't it?
We do edit some things.
Yes, we do. We have, yeah. But we won't
Yeah.
edit this one at all. So,
No. Well, yeah.
yeah. Well, Chelsea, it's been a pleasure talking with you. I'm glad you came on
Yeah.
here. Stay in
Thank you so much
touch.
for having me. I will. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and if you're gonna get up through the Wisconsin way into Sturgis, hit Dirty Up, let us know. The club will show you a little hospitality.
Hell yeah. I think we are stopping there. We're gonna hit up the museum on the way. So I'll definitely be in touch.
Right on.
Cool.
Well, everybody keep in mind here, like, subscribe, share this shit around, please. Check us out on the TikTok machine at the Bikers Podcast. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We got 2 pages on there, the fan page and the official bike. Quit shaking your head over there. I got to do this every time, you know it. God.
No, I'm sorry. Dude, it's been a long fucking week, man.
Yeah, I know. I know, man. Well, everybody, thanks again. If you made it this far, we appreciate it. And keep in mind, everybody, most dangerous part in your motorcycle is the nut that connects the seat to the handlebars. Peace.